hear the recording. All right, let's get started. So thank you for joining me today for how to build a high ticket program. And I want you guys to get your notes ready, have your questions. I'm going to leave the question box open, the chat box. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the chat box and I'm going to answer them as I go through this presentation. So just a little bit about me before I start. And a lot of you already know me. I'm Coach Mel. I'm a business and mindset coach. 3 years ago, I started my business as a life coach and energy psychologist. And now I transition to really learning the fundamentals about business, how to become a business owner, build a successful program. I now empower women to overcome self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy. So we're not stuck, ladies, in trying to figure this out by yourselves. I am a one-on-one coach, and I'm going to tell you how you could be a one-on-one coach and be a successful coach at the same time. So let's dive right into it. Again, I'm going to leave the chat box open. So if you have questions, leave it in the questions in the chat box, and I'm going to answer them as I go. I want to make sure everyone is getting the most out of this presentation today. Okay, so step one is defining your uniqueness and value. And I'm going to go through the 3 steps over here of what it really is to define your uniqueness. Excuse me. The first step is knowing what you're passionate about. And there is a psychological thing that happens when we become coaches. There is some part in our lives where we go through these challenges and we're able to overcome them, or we're still overcoming them, and we want to help serve others doing this same thing. So whether you're an empowerment coach, a life coach, a mindset coach, a support coach, you're going to want to know why you are doing what you're doing. So I'm going to take Always My Business, for example. When I started my business, I wanted to help people just with their life and also with their energy. I wanted to help them manifest. I wanted to help them have inner peace because I knew how it would feel to feel what that feels like. That was where my passion started. But we have to remember, when we have a passion, we have to work on ourselves first before we're passionate helping others. So if I'm passionate now at helping someone with their business, what I need to make sure of is I'm not having an issue with my own business, that I'm giving 100% to my clients. And that's what I really do with my clients, is overcome self-doubt, any past trauma when it comes to you serving your passion. So that's the first thing, is identifying what you're passionate. Why do you want to do what you do? The next step is, what type of value do you bring to your clients? So as I transitioned into business, now I know the value I'm going to bring to my clients. And what is that? Inner peace, a business plan, organizing, getting clear with their goals, and creating a strategy plan to get their business organized and start to launch it. So that is the value I bring my clients. And the third step in the passion is, what are your unique gifts that you can bring to your clients and programs? And as some of you know who have coached with me, is that I am very clairvoyant and I'm very clairaudient. So I see visions, I hear things, I'm intuitive, that I bring to my clients that maybe another business coach wouldn't be able to. Because as I started as a life coach and energy, I learned how to really tune into those psychic abilities, which everyone has, that they don't tap into. And I'm able to bring that to my sessions, which will also help my clients manifest and really shift through all those mindset blocks that are blocking them, that I'm able to see. So really find what your passion is. The next step is now really bringing and tuning in what your niche is. And I want to talk a little bit about niching down, because niching down is where everyone freaks out. So I'm going to go back to when I was a life coach. When I was a life coach, I wanted to help everyone in the planet. I was actually in a business group session and we were on Zoom. It was being recorded. And I said, well, I want to help everyone on the planet. And the person who was running the group in that business said, "You are going to have a big problem." And I felt like I was so embarrassed. I felt like I was being picked on, and I really just didn't want to be a life coach anymore. And what I did is I found a mentor who was able to bring out that passion and dumb down my niche. So you have to remember, when you're niching down a specific market, it's going to be scary at first, but then you're going to realize why you need to do that. And I'm going to explain that to you today. So number one on the niche, and that's the middle column here. Who do you want to serve the most? So a lot of women want to serve other women. Some may want to serve men. So if you're like a dating coach that deals with men and helping them to, boost their love life, you would want to specifically niche that market to men. If you're an empowerment coach, a support coach, or a life coach, you have to see, like, who do I really like when I close my eyes? Who am I seeing in front of me that I feel like I would give the most value to? Is that men? Is that women? Or is that both? I started my business, a coaching business business and mindset coaching, with everybody. And then I learned that I kept on attracting more women. And that's why I shifted my niche market even more starting this year, of just specifically attracting women clients who really need to overcome that self-doubt. And then it really gives me more of emotionally connecting with my clients and then helping them boost them with relating, but also knowing how we are psychologically built as a woman versus a man. But I love coaching men clients, but I do love coaching my women clients. So women is who I want to serve. What is your client's biggest fear? When I do a session with my clients, there's going to be about 14 questions that you're going to want to ask. So if you're on here and you're just like, well, I don't know my niche market, go Google a spreadsheet and see if you can find it. However, at the end of this session, you're going to get an email to book a free complimentary Zoom call. We can go over in that call what your niche is and how to get more clarity when it comes to your niche. And if you're watching this on YouTube, the description will be, the link will be in the description. But what is your client's biggest fear? You're going to know, because it's going to be your biggest fear of why you're doing it. So if I'm coaching women to overcome self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy, I'm looking for what are those mindset blocks? What is the past trauma that they're experiencing of not feeling good enough, not feeling confident? What is it that's really blocking them? Because we have to remember, mindset is about 80 to 90% of your business. It's not really the strategy plan. That's the easy part. It's overcoming the limiting beliefs, the self-doubts that you can actually run a successful business. So if you know your client's fear is overcoming that self-doubt, that is what you're going to want to really tap into when you're helping your clients. So as I help female entrepreneurs, business owners, I'm looking at, what goals do you have? Are you aligned with those goals? What fears do you have? What are the fears? Is it money mindset? Is it not confidence? Do you not feel empowered in your business? What are the fears? And then making the strategy plan of how you show up consistently is going to be what I'm going to teach my clients to overcome their fears about reigniting their passion for their business. Because there's a lot of women business owners that start this business and they jump full in. And then what happens is they have the fears, the doubts, they have imposter syndrome. And then what happens is they'll either quit their business, go back to corporate, or then they're spending so much money out of their savings because now they didn't do the mentorship before they did their business. So I always recommend mentorship before business. I'm going to talk about that in the next screen. Okay. What results do you help them achieve? What is the biggest results? So for me, having a business plan, having a strong money mindset, having the steps that you need to overcome those limiting beliefs, and most importantly, how to manifest your business by what? Having inner peace. So that is the results I can achieve, because what does every business owner want? We want that inner peace. We want to be organized. We want that time management, and we want a plan that's going to work and that we can feel confident about. The last one is kind of what I talked about, niching down. Are you niched down enough, or are you trying to help everyone on the planet? If you're trying to help everyone on the planet, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're marketing and branding yourself, it's really tough to help everyone on the planet, because no one is going to resonate with your marketing strategy. Remember, when you're on those videos, when you're on the putting up posts, you have to emotionally connect with an audience that's going to say, that I felt that touched me. I felt what she was saying. I think I need to get on a call with her. So as we know, we always want to strategize how we get our potential clients on those discovery calls, those free calls. So now you can pitch it. And this is what I'm going to talk about in the next column. But before I go there, I want to know, does anyone have any questions about niching and niching down? And you can unmute yourself if you do have questions.
No questions for me.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on. Okay, thanks, Christine. So let's look up this last one. I'm going to move the chat over here. I don't know if it's on the same as your screen. Pitches. If you're using social media, this needs to fit in your bio. So when you know your passion and you know your niche, now you can create your pitch. So I love helping women business owners. I want them to have inner peace. I want them to overcome their self-doubt, and I want them to have a strong strategy plan. That's really my passion. That's my niche. So how did I write that in my bio? I empower women to overcome self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy. Your pitch needs to be that long. If it's longer than that, you need to shorten it up. And I'm going to tell you why. It is very important for you to memorize your pitch, because you are a walking marketing person for your business. Say I'm in Trader Joe's. A lot of people say, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm taking a break from my coaching. What do you do? Oh, I'm a business and mindset coach. Really? And what is that? You want a pitch that people are going to ask questions about. So even if I said, how do you reignite your passion for your business legacy? Well, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to get really clear on your goals. You're going to overcome those limiting beliefs, and we're going to create a marketing and strategy plan. And then people are going to go, oh, I need to hear more about this. And you're going to go, great, here's my card, or here's how you get a hold of me to get on that free discovery call. And I'm going to tell you more about it and how I can help your business. Do you see how that was just like a 2-minute conversation? A lot of times I have cards and I give the cards to those people with a QR code, how to get a hold of me, or just my business information. But you have to remember, even if you were to say, get a shirt for your business, that's a walking piece of marketing. So when people look at you and they're like, oh, maybe you have your pitch on it, maybe you have it on the back where people can see you. There's so many ways for you to be PR for yourself without having to do organic leads. So we have to make sure I help. What do you help them do? Look back at your passion and your niche, and what are the results that you offer? So as I help women, what do? Overcome self-doubt. And what do I offer? To reignite their passion for their business legacy. And I can say that with my eyes closed. It used to be, I help business owners overcome limiting beliefs to scale their business and find inner peace. But when I changed my niche, that niche had to change also. So now people know that I serve women to overcome self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy. But do you see how that rolls off my tongue? So if people were to ask me what I do, I know it in my head, I have it memorized, and most importantly, I stand behind what I do. Because if you can stand behind what you do, ladies, you are going to be confident, and that confident energy is going to shine when you're talking on lives, when you're talking on your videos, when you're posting content, when you're having conversation with your friend. Because even if you're in your warm market and you're out with your girlfriends, Someone knows somebody, knows somebody, knows somebody that's going to need your help. So make sure that you really know what your pitch is, okay? Again, if you have any other questions, if you're stuck with your pitch right now, put your comments in the chat box and we're going to get to all of those questions and we'll get to questions as we're through these modules. Okay, that is step number 1, knowing your passion, defining your your niche market, and also defining your pitch that you feel confident, that you can say, that you can memorize, and that you can stand behind. All right, let's get into the next module here. Packaging, pricing, and money mindset. Now, a lot of people have difficulties with the packaging pricing because it's going to be your money mindset. So I'm going to talk about packaging. Depending on, well, it doesn't really depend. Well, it could. Let's just put it this way. I'm going to explain what I'm trying to say. A 90-day program is a high ticket program. 12 weeks. This is what I do. 12 weeks, same thing. 90 days are the same thing. You're going to pitch a 90-day program. Okay. You can pitch a 90-day program as a one-on-one coaching and group coaching to start out with. You should do one or the other. You should not be doing both at the same time. Okay. I want to say more of a high ticket program is going to be one-on-one coaching because you're spending time and you're creating, you're packaging your program specifically for one person. One-on-one coaching or group coaching, one-on-one coaching is going to be more expensive than group coaching, okay? Because you have that one-on-one time. Now, once you get really good at what you do and just say, you know what, I don't want to do one-on-one coaching anymore, I want to do group coaching. When you become a really good coach, you can also do group coaching and start out with 5,000, but you might find some kickback because it's not one-on-one time. If you are going to do group coaching, and I'll tell you why this is really difficult. I spent $6,800 on group coaching business course, and I also spent $9,700. And I can tell you what's wrong with these group coachings because they are hurting people like animals, is they don't give enough time for that one-on-one time. So what you're doing mostly in those group coaching programs is you're watching videos on how to do your social media, how to build your program, how to build your niche. There's not enough face-to-face time where women or business owners really can express how frustrated they are. So you go in those group coaching programs, you go into Zoom for 1 hour a week, and everyone who is freaked out about running a business doesn't have time to get their answers questioned. And then you get a one-on-one call, which is only half an hour or a 20-minute session, less than one time a month. Okay. So I really want you to be mindful when you're putting a program together, what's going to give more value? Is it going to be a one-on-one coaching program or is it going to be a group coaching program? Okay. So as far as high ticket, if you want to start high ticket, I always recommend doing one-on-one coaching because that is unique for that person and they're not watching videos. They're not spending time on anything else. It's just you and them working together. So it's easier to pitch as a high ticket program. Number 2, how much support will you be giving your clients? I have 2 programs right now. I have a 6-week and I have a 12-week. My 12-week is a VIP program, which means I give support 24/7 to my clients. On my 6-week program, I give support once a week. So you need to determine if you're doing a high ticket program, you're more than likely starting out, you're going to do like a VIP service, which gives your clients the support that they need. Then when you get really good at the 90-day program, you're just like, you know what? I think I want to do a shorter program. And that's exactly what I did that 90-day program for a year. And then I said, you know what? I think I want to do a shorter program. I want to give some options here. So I did the 12-week and the 4-week, but most of my clients need the help of the 12-week. The 6-week program that I built is for women who already run a business that really just need some tweaking in their business. But if you want to create a new business, the VIP 12-week program or 90-day program is going to be what I pitch to them. Okay. So when you're starting out with any program, don't give too many options. You want to start as, how do I master this 90-day or 12-week program, however you want to say it. How do I master this 90-day program to really get the results that my clients want to achieve, okay? So don't create 3 and try to pitch all of them. You always, as a new business owner, you want to just master one of how you pitch it, what you give, and how you're going to get on those discovery calls to get the person to hand over the credit card and get signed up that day, okay? How many times a month will you meet? So if it's a 90-day program for $5,000, I'm going to say you want to meet once a week. That's a really good price, and give that extra time on email. As you know, for someone who coached me, that's a really good value for what you're going to get with a 90-day program, okay? And if you have any questions on the packaging, put them into the chat box. What are the 4 to 5 steps to help your clients achieve their goals? So this one's really important. Once you decided you want a one-on-one program and what support you're going to give and how many times you meet a month, now you need to start building and packaging your program. Now, if you have a 90-day or 12-week program, which is the same thing, you're only going to create 4 to 5 steps for what you're going to put in your program, and then you're going to break down those steps in what you do. And here's, I'm going to use my business for example. 1, I help women achieve their goals, get really clear with their goals. What would be the sub steps in that? I'm going to look at what they want to achieve in their business, what they want to achieve in their personal life, because what I want to coach women is to find that balance so you're not going to get burned out. So really working on their goals. And then I say, here are the goals we're going to work on. Some women want to work on relationships in that VIP course. Then I'm going to say, we're going to work on personal, we're going to work on business, and we're going to work on your relationships. Because why? We have one subconscious mindset. If your relationship is struggling, you're going to have problems in your business. If you're arguing with a son or daughter, you're going to have problems in your business, because that energy is going to be shifted to your business for the day, and it's not going to make you happy. Okay, so that's my first step, is getting clear on your goals. The second step is overcoming your limiting beliefs. So that's a deep dive in your subconscious mindset of what storylines from past conditioning, childhood trauma are running like crazy in your mindset that are coming into your business. Okay, so that is going to be 4 or 5 steps. If you're helping someone with their limiting beliefs, what I do is I go back to the storyline of your inner child. I go back to the storyline of money. I go back to the storyline of success. The goals and the limiting beliefs are 4 sessions of my 90-day program already, okay? So this is where does that kind of make sense of how you're spreading out those steps? You're not just saying, I have a 12-step program. What you can't do as a one-on-one coach is you can't do this. Hi, we're going to work on confidence now because we're at the 3rd session, and that's my 3rd step. If your client is like, I still don't feel confident, you definitely can't come into working on confidence. You have to go back to the last step and get them the shift to where they feel good enough. And that's a good thing about one-on-one coaching. When you're in the group coaching and you go into group coaching, it's not at your it's at the expense of the person signing up for that program, because they're moving forward. And if you're stuck, they're still moving forward. But as a one-on-one coach, you have the ability to say, stop, there's an issue, you're not feeling good yet, let's go back to what we need to go to, and then you're going to extend that 4 weeks to maybe 5 weeks or 6 weeks. But what you don't want to do is jump to the next step if your client is still fearing what they're fearing. And that's for empowerment coaches, life coach, mindset coach, addiction support coach. All of you need to make sure that you're moving with your clients in a speed where they can keep up, okay? So that's the second step. The third step in my program is now creating a strategy plan, branding, marketing, social media. So as I broke down strategy plan, I just broke that down in 3 steps. How to use Canva, how to use ChatGPT, That is a big part of my program too. And that's what I help my clients do. What is the branding and marketing that you need? How do you use ChatGPT? How do you use Canva? How to use all the free services to help you save time and also help you be consistent, okay? So as you build your one-on-one program, how much support are you giving your clients? What's the extra freebies? How many times are you going to meet per month? How many steps do you have in your action plan? So when you're on your discovery calls and they go, well, tell me what your program's all about. And you're like, well, tell me what your challenges are. And then you're going to say, 1, I'm going to help you on your goals. 2, I'm going to help you overcome your limiting beliefs. And 3, we're going to create a strategy plan. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is give you that 24/7 VIP service. So between sessions, I'm going to give you the support you need when you're creating your branding, your marketing, when you're creating your niche and your pitch. So I'm giving that makes that a high ticket program. I'm glad that makes sense. Thank you. So let's talk on pricing and money mindset. So I was talking about a 90 to 12-week program. $5,000 is a good price for a high ticket program. If you are going to do if you're going to do 3 payments, which you can, your price should be going up. So say, for example, you do a 90-day program, which is 3 months, and I do that for some of my clients. You're going to break that down, but you're going to bump up the price because that internally creates you to have more admin expenses. And you want to give that benefit to the people who just want to pay the $5,000 up front. So you determine what that is. Do you want to add 3 more hundred? So it's $5,300 for payments every month, or do you want to do it for less? I would say at least bump it up $100 per every month. So $5,300 divided by 3, that would be your monthly payment, okay? And we're going to talk about breaking that down and why it's important to have something in place when you're doing your payments. So 90-day program, 5,000. A lot of people, and I'm going to tell you what, if you're pitching this and you don't give them the 3-month breakdown, that's okay. What I do when I get on my calls is this. I say a 90-day program is this amount of money. And then I just let it sit there, okay? I let them really do the calculations in their mindset. And more than likely, someone who's like, how do I break that down, will say, do you have monthly payments? And I'm going, of course I have monthly payments. Or if they're stuck and they say, that's a lot, that is when you're going to pitch the monthly payments. But don't pitch the monthly payments unless you see there is a struggle with their money mindset, okay? We're going to talk about money mindset in the middle. So pitch it out for $5,000 and just let it sit there and let them calculate it, let them process it. And then if you need to pitch a 3-month payment, pitch a 3-month payment, but know what you need to do when you do that, okay? So let's talk about why is it worth $5,000? You're selling results in that weekly session. So I have some people that come on my calls and they go, that's about $300 to $400 per session a week. And I always go back to them. I said, you're not paying per week. You're paying for a program. You're also paying for results. So is $5,000 worth the results that you need? And I always say, is it worth your inner peace? Is it worth your stability? Is it worth feeling empowered? Is it worth having a strategy plan? Is $5,000 going to be worth it to you versus you staying where you're at, not feeling empowered, having your limiting beliefs, not having a strategy plan, and then you're dipping in your savings to cover your expenses for your business? And then that's where they can also process and go, yeah, I really need this. Or they'll come back to you and say, I need to think about it, and you schedule them for another call. And we'll talk about that in just a moment, okay? So you have to believe that you're worthy of $5,000. So for some of you that coach me, we talk about money mindset. We have to remember that money mindset is not your mindset. Money mindset is a mindset that you have, that you learned in your childhood. So if you're taught by one of your parents that money was hard to get, that money doesn't grow on trees, that you have to work really hard, that you have to work several jobs, that you'll never not have enough money. Your money mindset is going to be, it's really hard for people to give me $5,000. Okay. But that's not your storyline. And that's why I love to help women with money mindset and their past limiting beliefs. Because if you can create an abundant mindset that I'm worthy of this, I'm ready for it. Why? Because I've done my healing, because I know my value, because I know my program's value, then what happens is you're creating another energy manifestation momentum for now to attract those clients. But if you're fearing nobody's going to sign up for my program, that is the only fear that you can manifest. So when you build your package and you build your 4-step programs, you're going to embed it and say, if I was my client, would these 4 steps or 5 steps be the steps that I need to achieve this goal? This is why your passion, your niche market is really important. Your pitch is really important, because that is going to build your program of what are the bases of why I'm doing what I do today. Okay. So you have to believe it. You have to overcome your limiting beliefs. You have to say, my dad's storyline wasn't my storyline. So my dad said, you have to work a job, corporate job. You have to have a 401k. You have to have health benefits, and you have to work really hard. He worked for Boeing for, I want to say, 30 some years and retired early. So what I did is I took that value and I found one of the hardest corporate jobs where I was working 50 hours a week. So when I became a coach and I transitioned from a 6-figure corporate job to not making 6 figures yet in my coaching, do you know what he said? He said, are you sure you want to do that? But then I had to look at myself. My passion is helping people. My passion equals abundance. And that's exactly how I booked my first 6 figures in my first year, was overcoming a storyline that was my dad's, detaching from that and saying what my value is, what I bring to the table, how I help women is so powerful than reading contracts as at a desk for 8 to 10 hours a day. Okay. So I had to believe that what I brought to the table for business owners was going to make me abundant. And it does make me abundant today. Okay. The next one is, do you stand behind your pitch or package? Hold on. I need to move this real quick. Do you stand behind your program? Which means, like I just said, my value of starting out at $5,000, because that's where I started, I stood behind my program. But in reality, you had to beta test your program. As you take more clients and more clients and more clients, you're going to tweak your program. You're going to say, this person got better results when I did that. That person got better results when I did that. You're going to be forever just tweaking your program till it feels good. And you're just like, yes, that is it. And I can tell you when you get there is when you're going to start boosting your program. And I want to tell you a challenge that I had. When I started the 90-day program, when I quit my corporate job of 6 figures and I transitioned to coaching, I was not making any money. Everything that had lined up literally fell down the rabbit hole. And I was stuck with no clients, no help, and I had to get into a mentorship program that taught me how to do lead generation and really package my package a little bit better. Well, that was $9,700. It was a group coaching course. And I said, I'm not happy. I was promised one-on-one time with the person that run the coaching course. She only gave me 20 minutes of her time, maybe a couple times through the whole 90-day program. So what did I do? I really had a lot of tears. I was feeling unconfident. I was going in those Zoom sessions with everyone fearing. And I said, you know what? I know I can build this. I know I can do this. And I had to change my mindset of money mindset and also being confident. So I took the bad and the good and the ugly out of that $9,700 90-day program. And I intentionally said, I will book my first couple clients and make that $9,700 back before the 90-day program was up. That was my intention. I was focused on that. I built my program, my niche, everything. And 3 days before that, I booked $10,000 in clients. Now, after that, it was a little bit of a challenge to keep that going. So what did I wind up doing? I wind up dropping the price to $4,900, okay? because I was like, everyone likes 9s. Again, this is tweaking your program, right? When I dropped that price, I started to attract everyone who said that was too expensive, because in my mindset, I was like, $4,900 is a really good deal when I know I can have someone make $45,000 in my program. So the energy of like giving it for free was actually attracting all the clients that were saying it's too expensive. So I did that for a few months, or like more, almost like a year. I did it for almost like a year at that price. I said, no, I'm going to price my program for what my value is. And I bumped it up beyond 5,000. And I can tell you what, no one on my calls goes, that's too expensive. They go, I know why the value is what it's at. And even if they can't sign up right away, they know that the value is worthy of that high ticket price. So again, you might have challenges in the beginning, but I want to say, stick with what your intuition says. If you're worthy of 5,000, I would not go lower than 5,000 from my experience. Stick to 5,000. Stand behind 5,000. That 5,000. Feel worthy of 5,000. Money is energy. So I always say you must invest in yourself, in yourself, for others to invest in you. I had to invest in that $9,700 program to make the $10,000 in my business, because why? The value of that program taught me things that I was still missing in my business. So as people start their businesses and they just wing it, I can tell you I was making no money in my business. I was getting referrals. It wasn't until I did the right coaching, the right mentorship, and mentoring myself to really do that, because all coaching programs are not the same. This is why if you're going to do coaching, I always say work with a one-on-one coach if you can afford it. Okay. Any questions on that? Money mindset, packaging, programs, creating that. We're good? Okay. Not yet. Okay, perfect. So let's go to step number 3. And this one's pretty detailed. I'm going to move this over here. Setting up your business, updating your packages, and launching. And I'm actually going to show you when you launch. I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to show you how I do it on my social media for Facebook. So setting up your business you need to have to set up your business, you need to have the following, or the minimum, okay? You need to have a calendar that schedules free discovery calls, okay? If you are a person that's going to give a free call, you need to have a calendar schedule to do that. I pay for Calendly, and it's like less than $160 for the whole year, which is a business write-off. But then I can create my customized discovery calls, my session hours, and then I just give the link to everyone, okay? If you're using a free scheduler that doesn't allow you to create your own times, then that's the problem you're going to have. You might have to pay for a scheduler like Calendly. There's a lot that are out there. I think Calendly is the easiest for me to use. Okay. That's from my own experience. You want to have a contract in place, and I'm going to tell you why. I give my contract to my clients if they need it, and they can muck it up their own way, or you can go on Google and find a template that you like. I'm a contracts manager for 23 years in the construction industry, so I kind of took all of my knowledge and created a 2-page contract. This contract is going to, what was the company you use again? I use Calendly, C-A-L, I don't even know how to spell it, Calendly. You got the Calendly, okay? And it's I want to say it's a little over $158 a month, but it's less than 160. And I've been using that for a couple years, and the price has not changed. So it's kind of nice that it hasn't shifted like a lot of other things. The contract, you want to put in there something about payment disputes. And I'll tell you why it's important, because if you're offering a 3-payment plan and you are in the middle of your program, and then someone says, you know what, I don't want to do coaching anymore, I don't like it, whatever, they're still stuck in that contract with the full price. Now, When someone wants to quit your program, it's not because you're a bad coach. It's because they're refusing to open themselves up to get that result. A lot of it is going to be fear. So I've had clients that after the first session, they're like, oh, this is not for me. I'm fearing it. Maybe I made the wrong decision, money mindset. I gently remind them that this is why we went over the contract. And I go over my contract in the call when they're ready to sign up, which means I go down to so they know what they're signing. You're signing up for a 12-week program. This is going to be the price. This is how you book your sessions. This is how the payments work. So having a contract is going to be your backup. So if you're paying your bills from your business, you know what is coming in every single month. And there's no way for your clients to get out of that program. So if they decided to ditch the program, they still owe you that monthly payments, regardless if they don't want to do the program or not. Okay. And I have a little dispute thing in mind where it says paid and unpaid payments will not be disputed ever throughout this time period of the 12 weeks. Okay. So it protects you and it also protects your customer. Another thing that needs to be in that contract with the world things going on now is the force majeure. If there's a flood, if there's a storm, if there's a hurricane and you're not in control of it, you are going to be covered and they're going to be covered. And what I say to that is, if that becomes a scenario, what we do is we reconvene our sessions when both of us can get on a screen or one-on-one or have some mutual understanding of maybe we do phone calls or maybe it's Zoom, because you never know if the power grid goes down, you never know what's going to happen. Okay. Do you have a free document signer? So if you all know what DocuSign is the one where you upload the PDF and you just put the signing in there. That is something that you always want to do on your call too, okay? And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Is you want to be able to show the contract and you want to get it signed before people leave the call. So if your client is ready to say, Coach Mel, yes, I need to hire you right now. Here's my credit card. You're going to want to have all these steps I'm going to talk about now. We just talked about contract. I'm going to talk about, and we talked about how you sign the free DocuSign, which is XODO Sign. If you want to look that up, XODO Sign is a free signing like DocuSign, and it's going to give you 5 contracts a month. So if you're doing a 90-day program, you're not going to be using the full 5. I'm going to let you know, unless you do it in the front end, because if you're doing a high ticket long program, you're probably only going to want to add 1 to 2 clients per month because you're doing a high ticket. You can do 3, but you have to remember those clients are overlapping every single month. So you have to make sure that you have time in your schedule for discovery calls and also to coach your clients. So my goal is always to get at least 2 or 3 clients a month with my goals that I have. Okay. So that's only using that 5 thing for the 5 documents. I'm only using 3 of them. But there's also other free ones. So if you signed a lot of clients, you can always go to another free one. You're just going to need to know how it works. Do you have a payment processor to take the partial and payment in full? Which means, do you have Stripe? Do you have Zelle? Do you have PayPal? I can tell you the easy one for me that I don't get disputes on is going to be Stripe.com. You get the payment and it goes directly to in your bank within the next 3 days. PayPal is the same thing, but you actually have to go in the app and you have to say, go to my bank if you want to pay for premium or not. But the thing about PayPal is sometimes they hold your money for ransom. So if you really want one that's going to work, it might take a little bit more to get in your bank. Stripe.com is a free one that you can use. Okay. You want to also make sure when you're taking the payments that you create like links. I have a Word document that has a link to my Stripe. So if you're going to do payments or you're going to do just one payment, I have links to that, like a cheat sheet that I just launched. And then I have all of those open when I'm on my call. So when the person says, here's my credit card, then that's going to be when you're ready to get ready with the contract, the DocuSign, and also your payment. And the other thing that I always make sure before when you're setting up your business is, do you have an email welcome template? So if you coach with me, you already know that at the very end, I said, I'm going to give you an email welcome email. And in that email is going to be the link to book all your sessions. What you don't want to do, ladies, is when you're booking sessions as a one-on-one coach, is to try to book sessions every single week. I always say to my clients, I'm going to give you a link in the welcome email for you to book your next sessions. Book 4 at a time. If you love a day and that's your time, book 4 or book all 12. And then you'll have the ability to, cancel and rebook within the same week if something else comes up. Okay. Those are the things you need to set up your business before you even launch. Okay. Make sure you have these in place. Are there any questions about setting up your business, payment, contract, welcome email? Is there any questions about that?
Did you say strike or stripe?
Stripe, STRIPE. Stripe.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And you can make a lot of links in there as far as payments. You could do your partial payment. You could do your full payment. If you're doing a partial payment, you only need to do it once. What I always recommend too is, if you're using Stripe, when you do the payment processing, you always want to put in the description what it is. So the description for your Stripe link is going to be a partial payment. And then I always say, this is linked to the terms and conditions in your contract. Okay, so they're going to get an email when they do that, but then that's kind of your protection of everything that they're paying is going to be attached to their contract. So that's just a little extra bonus if you really want to make sure your stuff is secure. Okay, updating your pages. Let's go to the next one. And I'm going to show you, I don't want to close this out yet. When I finish the launch, because that's going to be the last step, I'm going to show you how I use Facebook. Now, when you use any TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, you want to master one page only. You can do multiple pages when you master that one page, okay? So if you're using TikTok, learn how to master that. But I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, your place is going to be Facebook. Because why? You have Facebook groups for all of them. So for example, addiction coach, you're going to look up the groups for people that are struggling with addiction. If you're an empowerment coach looking for women that need empowerment, you're also going to look for women who have small businesses, women who are entrepreneurs. You want to find the groups that you can promote your business in. That's a little bit difficult to do on Instagram, and that's because you don't have groups on there. And it's a little bit difficult to do on TikTok because you don't have groups on their end. You can use TikTok, but if you're using really the core of trying to get organic leads, I'm going to tell you that Facebook is your place. I also use LinkedIn. I feel that there's more spamming on there than anything. You really need to know that if that's the person for empowerment coaching or mindset coaching, what is your niche? Are you helping business owners? Then you're going to look for business owners. You can get in groups on LinkedIn. I found it easier as using organic lead generation, not paying for any leads or ads, to use Facebook groups. Okay. So when you pick that one, we're just going to talk about Facebook today. You want to put your pitch in your bio. Now, also for Facebook, you can have your personal page and you can have their business page. I have both of them, and I use my personal page as my business page. Why? When you go in those groups, you're not going into those groups from your business pages. You're going into those groups from your personal pages. So if someone is looking for an empowerment coach and you're saying you're marketing yourself in those groups, they go to your page and nothing says empowerment coach or what you do, they're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to look at your cover photo, they're going to look at your bio, they're going to maybe look at the first post, and they're going to stop there and make a decision if they want to talk to you. So if you're using Facebook, use your Facebook personal as your business page as well. You can put personal stuff in there, but what you want to do is make sure everything you do on that page is niched out to your business. So if I do a business coaching video, but then I do a personal video, if I'm having coffee somewhere, that personal video or going out with friends is going to be to why I love helping women and empowering women. If that makes sense, let me know. Okay. So pick one social media that you want to master. Number 2 is make sure your pitch fits in your bio. So you have to remember when you're making your pitch, you don't want it to be too long, but it must be fitting in your bio. So people know exactly what you do. Okay. Calendly link in bio, a calendar link in bio. So if you have a Calendly link, you want to put that in your bio. A lot of you won't have your business website yet, but that's okay. Put how they can get a hold of you, okay? If you have a TikTok, like I know you do, Nikita, you can put your TikTok link in your bio, so maybe people will follow you on TikTok, okay? But what you don't want to put is like 10 different things in your bio, so everyone's screen, like where you went to school, where you went to high school, where you went to elementary school. Here is all the social media things. You probably want to put the max of 3 links in your bio. So I have my YouTube, I have my business page, and I also have, I think, my calendar link, okay? Those are the 3 that have my bio. When potential clients go to your page, do they clearly know what you do? And this is what I'm going to explain when I show you my Facebook page. Again, if you're going in groups, if you're doing organic lead generation, you're chit-chatting with people, what you need to do is your page needs to clearly say what you do. I am a business and mindset coach. I empower women to overcome their self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy. That is posted all over my page from the beginning to the first post. So if you come to my page, there's no question what I do, okay? Is your page public? Well, you may not want to have a lot of things public. So there's going to be the 5 and 6 steps. If you have really old things, and when you started Facebook, it's like 2007, 2008, 2009, that you don't want people to see, just hide those albums. You don't need to see those albums. You only, and let me tell you, I had to hide and delete a lot of pictures that are going, oh, that doesn't state my business. So anything that you're not comfortable sharing publicly, you probably should delete, change the privacy to you only, or hide, okay? Because we know that Facebook has been there for a really long time. I think I started mine in 2008, and I look at some of the things and go, ugh, not what I want people in my business looking at now. And people creep. They go back to the past. So whatever you don't want to show and whatever you don't want to share, you want to make sure you hide. And you want to make sure that your page is public, which means all of your posts are going to be seen by the people who are looking for your help in their business, in their lives. If you're an empowerment coach, mindset coach, support coach, you want them to see everything that is pertaining to their problem, okay? So that's making sure that all your whole page is public. That means your posts as well. Is there anything in your archives that needs deleting, the things that you don't want people to see? And you might have people that are on your page that you still don't want to see those stuffs in 2008 because the memories always come up, right? Are you using all the features? And I'm going to show you what features you need to use. Are you using where you can feature yourself? Are you putting the things where you're using the stories? Are you duplicating your posts in your stories every day? Because if you're not, you should be, especially if you're using Instagram. If you post a post on Instagram, post it in your story or link it to your story. That's also going to help you get into the algorithm. But you have to update your page like it's a business page. And a lot of people, when I was in the business course, go, ooh, I don't want my friends and family to know what I'm doing. If you don't want your friends and families to know what you're doing on your business, your friends and family should not be on your page. You can hide those from them, make a specific thing. But if you're really empowered about your business and you are standing behind it, you should only have the people on your page that are going to help support you, okay? So can't fear our business. We have to believe in our business. All right. Is there anything else about that which I'm going to show you at the very end of updating your pages? So it's really going to be streamlined. It's going to be clean. People are going to get it. You don't want people to go on your page and go, what does she do? What does he do? Like, you want to be like, okay, I understand exactly what she does. Okay. Now launching, this is going to be our last thing we're going to look at here. When you launch, when you now have your business set up, and you now have your program set up and you have your money, what it's going to be priced at, your packages, you have your calendar, your, all your operations in place. Now is the time. And after your page is set up, now is the time to launch. Don't launch unless you have those other steps in place, because you launch, you get on calls, and you are going to be flustered on how to book that person. And what's going to happen, you are going to lose a potential client. So you want to make sure you're very structured, you're very organized, and then you want to launch. Okay. So the launch, pre-launch a video post introducing yourself and the program you're launching 1 week prior to your launch date. So if you were launching, let's see, next Friday, I would say this Friday, put out a video about yourself. Now, a lot of women don't feel confident on the videos. They don't feel confident putting themselves out there. And I understand that. When I was starting and I did videos on crystals, money mindset, and everything, I scripted it and it was horrible. But guess what? It made me consistent and it made me better. So get out your phones, ladies, and start pushing that record and just start practicing. What I wouldn't do when you're making these videos is script every word you want to do. And maybe I'll do another, class on that, is talk about the main points. If you don't know who I am, I'm just reintroducing myself. Why am I introducing yours? Because I'm super excited. I'm about to launch this program and say the date. Why am I launching this program? Because I want to help people put in your passion, put in your niche. It only needs to be 1 to 2 minutes. I want to say if you get it to 1 minute, great. 2 minutes, that should be max. 3, probably a little too long. And then you can also start using Canva of niching out posts, even video posts. And that's also what I help my clients do. If you don't have time, if you don't want to show your face, which you should show your face as an introduction post, then you can start using posts, plus word posts, or video posts that really talk about your business. But I think it's really important if you're launching a coaching program one-on-one, women, men, whoever your clients are, they need to align with your energy, which is going to be in those videos. Okay. You want to post 3 to 5 times a week. Now, you could do like a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that could be your post. I always say it should be, 1 should be a video, maybe 2 should be just picture videos or a video that you make on Canva that you're not in. But you want to post at least 3 to 5 weeks consistently. Why? You're trying to get people in your algorithm. What's another way you can do that is also to like other people's posts. That will put them in your algorithm for Instagram, for Facebook, and also for LinkedIn. So not only are you going to post, you're going to be collaborating with other people's posts. Here's one thing that I always kind of have the cringe about, but it needs to be done. You need to start liking your own posts, because when you like your own post, it also gets you in the algorithm. I don't do that until I see there's a lack in the algorithm of my post. Then I start liking my post. Or if you're on Facebook and you're not getting anything, put a comment on your post so you get back into the algorithm, and you're going to see what people are looking at and how many views you have on your post. Does that make sense so far? Okay, let me
Yes.
know in the comments. Okay, perfect. You're posting 3 to 5 times a week. What I recommend for my clients is create your posts the week before you need to post them. So on a Saturday, maybe you're just like, I need to make 3 posts that are really good. That's it. You can also use Canva. If you're going to coach with me, I'm going to show you how to use Canva and do bulk posts. So now you have 20 to 30 posts of just a picture post without having to create a single post. We are looking for ways to save time, ladies. We're not trying to do marketing. If you are working full-time at a job and you're coaching part-time, that's why the way I started, I had to strategically make my marketing on the weekends. So before I went to work, so I wasn't working at work with my business, I would post, or I would do it at lunchtime, and it wouldn't interfere with my time at work. Okay. But I was very consistent, and that's how I created more momentum of people to be my followers, and also people to get on those discovery calls. What are some free resources you can use? ChatGPT is free. That is a game changer. If you worked with me or I haven't shown you yet, I'm going to show you that. Make sure you remind me of how you use ChatGPT. Canva. Canva has a free version and a pro version. Now, if you like the pro version, it's like $13, I think, a month. And it's going to give you more extensive uses of better videos than the free version. But you can start out with a free version. There's no problem doing that. If you want to get better at your posts, I would say do the Canva Pro, and that's also a write-off, a business write-off. CapCut. CapCut you can use on your phone and you can use on your desktop. And I'm going to show you what I use specifically for a lot of them when I go to my Facebook page. But CapCut is a good one to download on your phone, or if you want to do it on, your desktop. I want to say your phone's going to be a lot easier. You're going to record the video. You're going to upload in CapCut. You're going to add the captions. You're going to add a header, and then you're just going to upload it. But that's going to be a really good editing advice. That's also free. So these are free resources that are free to you that you could just start using for your marketing and branding. Every post that you post must have 4 things, okay? It must have what is a problem we're talking about today. Are we talking about self-doubt? Are we talking about empowerment? Are we talking about an addiction? Are we talking about mindset? Are we talking about stress, life coaching? What is it? Number 2, how do you as a coach solve that problem? I help my clients solve their problems by overcoming self-doubt, by releasing their past trauma, by really having a strategy plan. Those are what it's going to do. You can also use ChatGPT to help you define the description as well. And that's what I do to cut time. Number 3, call to action. What is the next action they want to take? You don't want to just do marketing and say, look at my post, and then don't have any call to action. Your call to action is now book your free complimentary discovery call. Get on the phone with me. Let's talk about it. You have a free call. Those are 3 major ones. And 4 is hashtags. Now, hashtags, I want to say maximum on LinkedIn, on TikTok, and on Facebook is going to be 5. 5 good ones. You can even ask ChatGPT, I'm writing this post, and you start typing a post, make it sound better, add hashtags and emojis. Sometimes emojis are cute because people have something to look at when they're looking at your posts. I'm going to show you what that looks like. But the 5 hashtags, you can also ask ChatGPT, I'm writing a post about this today. Give me the best hashtags for Facebook, the 5 best hashtags for that. It's going to do the work for you. You're not going to have to think about it. When I work with my clients, I'm like, let's use the cheats that we can use to get our things done faster, okay? The last thing, when you have that post and you're ready and you're going to launch it, so for example, if you're preparing your post and you have all your videos ready, you want to make sure you have all your descriptions ready too. What I like to do, and I do everything on my phone when I'm watching TV or whatever it is, I'm using that as just a background noise. I am using ChatGPT, and I'm also using my Gmail as a draft. I have all my posts for each one in a draft, and all I'm doing is copying and pasting, copying and pasting, copying and pasting, and also uploading from my gallery, okay? That is the easiest way where I found time where I can just do it at the same time. So what I do when I post a post is I put intention behind it, which means I don't post to say, well, I hope I get some people. I post, I'm intentionally posting this to attract the clients that need to see this and need my help. That is also manifestation. If you're coaching with me, we all know manifestation energy is super important, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing this right now. If you have questions, I still have the chat box open. You can answer them, but I'm going to show you my Facebook page so you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to launching on Facebook and using Facebook. Okay, so let me get to Facebook here. Give me a second. I wish Zoom would make it a little bit more easy to shift through looking at different screens. I haven't found the magic for doing that yet. Okay, screen's loading. Okay, This is my Facebook page. Can all of you see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. When I go into a group, and I'm going to show you the groups as well. When I go into a group and someone is saying, who's this Mel Acup? They're going to be like, I'm going to go to her page and figure it out and find out what she's all about. Here's what I am. I'm Coach Mel. I'm a business and mindset coach. With what I do, you can book a complimentary call. There is no question of who I am and what I do. Then I put in the intro what my pitch is. Okay, so I empower women to overcome self-doubt and reignite their passion for their business legacy. I'm going to actually minimize this for now. In the bio, here is what my business is. So if you're an empowerment coach or you're a support coach, you're going to want to put exactly what your business is so people know what you do. You're going to have it up here, but I said, mindset and energy coach, that's what I started at. Okay. And if you don't have an LLC yet, you can, I don't know if there's a way to put it without putting what your LLC or what your company is. Maybe you can create one and open your LLC, but I can tell you, if you're starting a business, you must have an LLC before you sign up your clients. So I'm going to take that back. You must have a business company already open for you to sign any of your clients. You can't do it after that, okay? Because we're talking about taxes and everything else. What I have is the three things I talked about. This is my YouTube page. This is a Calendly link. And this is also my website. You do not, if you're a new coach, you do not need a website right away. Don't think that you need a website. What I use my website for is a lot of promotions of people looking at my testimonials, my publications. That's something that you're going to have way down the road when you're just like building your business and get those testimonials. Then you can invest. I know a lot of coaches that don't have a website and all they're doing is using their social media. I feel like probably could use Facebook or LinkedIn as my call to action for anyone that wants to get a hold of me. Okay. The features that we're talking about is there is a box here that lets you put features in. So what do I feature here? And if you're not using this, you should. I have testimonials. Now this is going to be things from your stories. Oh, where are you going to put these in? You also, I believe, can download in this, which is nice other than Instagram, is you can download pictures from your phone. They don't have to be stories. I know in the featured items in Instagram, you have to have it from your story. So I believe all of my 25 testimonials are some are stories, some are pictures. Then I put my publications so people can know what I actually do. What other things does she do other than just being a coach? Okay. I got on a magazine. That's going to tell me like, oh, okay, she's really, really focused on her business. And then I like to say biz and life balance. So people know I'm just not working like crazy. I'm also having that life balance. So I share a little bit about the story. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do your posts. You can have pin posts in TikTok, in Instagram, and also Facebook. You can have pin posts in the featured on LinkedIn. So what I do, this was for the master class, is I did a pin post so everybody knew what I was doing. I wanted them to see this when they came to my page. Here is what I was talking about putting stuff in your post. Here's a problem. Are you Googling to grow your coaching business and feel like you're constantly hitting a wall? This master class, here's the results I'm going to get you. The bonus is getting a strategy call, why I love helping women, and then call to action. Then I have my 5 hashtags. Then and I have emojis because I love emojis. I like looking at the artsy fartsy stuff. But this is what should be in every single post. And I'm going to scroll down. Again, I was doing my business. It was a different one. This video I created on my phone and I downloaded in CapCut. You should always add a title when you're doing a video, and you always want to make sure you have the captions. If you have captions in a video, if you're using TikTok, the nice thing about captions is it has people watch your video longer because they're trying to read as they're watching you, okay? This one is one, this is a template I used in Canva. Again, same thing, the problem, the solution, how you get a hold of me and solve the problem. These are all promotions for that. all promotions for that. Do you see how much I did my masterclass? Let's see. Here is one where I just did a picture one. I talk about being a high ticket coach. Sometimes you want to tell stories. So if you are an empowerment coach or a support coach, you're going to say, what was my story that I can really align with who I'm trying to attract? So as I talked about my story, my hardships, when a woman is reading this, they're going to be like, wow, I resonate with that story. And I said, how did I solve my problem? And then I had to change my money and self-worth mindset. But then I said, if you need help with yours, I can help you and get on that free discovery Zoom call. Okay. This is my promotional launch of helping women from helping men and women. Are you a woman entrepreneur down in your business success? I talk about in this video how I changed my niche from coaching men and women to women and why I love doing it. But as you can tell, I'm talking to, are you having a problem? What is the solution? And how you book a strategy call. Does that make sense? So you want to just be consistent, okay? I have a lot more videos than I have a lot more picture ones. Here's one about a personal one. I was manifesting sun for the day, okay? It has to be with your belief system. And it says, do you manifest? Do you think about your limiting beliefs? Do you believe in miracles? Because I love being a manifestation coach. But you'll see that this video is also about mindset. I'm a business mindset and energy coach, right? Business and mindset coach. So you want to make sure everything is niched, okay? All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And what I'm going to do is stop the recording.